Easter, everybody, and welcome to this edition of Hidden in the Universal Vault. I'm Ryan, your host, and I thought, well, we're here in Easter right now, and I thought for Easter Sunday, as I'm recording this, let's take a look at an Easter-ish film, and we're continuing with my fourth Minions? No, my third Illumination Entertainment for this year. This time I'm taking a look at 2011's Hop, their second feature film. Now, come from the heels of Despicable Me, released in 2010, Illumination Entertainment would go and do something sort of different for their second installment. This time they would do a live-action CGI film entitled Hop. Now, Universal has done this before. They haven't did it since 2002's Rocky and Bullwinkle. But that has no relation to that. But I wanted to bring that up. But Hop is what I would call a interesting, cute, but very entertaining film. I don't think this is Illumination's best, and compared to the CG game, much better. And also fitting because the Super Mario Bros. Movie just hit theaters this month. So that's also another reason why I wanted to cover this. But if you haven't seen the film, it focuses on an Easter rabbit named E.B. Obviously, Easter Bunny, voiced by Russell Brand. He meets up with a slacker known at, get this, named Fred O'Hare, played by James Marsden. Now, this is live action animation, so yeah, it's interesting. But basically, he bumps into them, and his parents are saying, get a job, get a job. So he gets into his car, and he bumps right into E.B., who, for some reason, Marston's character, when he was a child, discovered him laying Easter eggs. So it's really interesting, and I do like this movie. Like I said, it's a cute but entertaining film. There's some neat jokes in it, though. Like, in mid-beginning of the film, he'll pick up a rock and he'll want to put the rabbit out of his miseries. But then all of a sudden, he believes the rabbit's alive and can talk, so he runs. So it's interesting because this movie has a lot of interesting innuendo jokes. Like, there's a scene where E.B. goes to the Playboy Mansion and he thinks that the Playboy bunnies are actual real bunny rabbits. So that's kind of funny, though. So he trains him, and basically he escapes. So they hire these other rabbits who are known as the Pink Berets. But for some reason, when I was watching this on Blu-ray, I noticed that the color looked more red than pink. But I looked at the poster, and the berets are pink, but they call themselves the Pink Berets, and I'm sitting there, that doesn't look pink, that looks a bit red. So I don't know if it's this Blu-ray, but for some reason, it dealt with a little bit too much color tinting in the film. It wasn't bad looking, but like I said before, so he's also a drummer. So he basically Fred O'Hare, his dad's played by Gary Cole. Kylie Coco from Eight Simple Rules plays his sister. So they meet up. He meets up. I'm trying to explain how to explain this film, but he meets up and it's really hard for me to do reviews, so I'm just kind of going, this is recorded, so yeah, something like that. I think it's a very entertaining film. There are some really good moments in the film. Though, I will say this, some of the CG in it looks a bit off. Like, when the characters are holding E.B., for some reason, when they're holding E.B., the CG looks a little too off. Like, it looks really bad. It looks like an old, I don't know. It looks like a really bad early 90s CG film. That's how I'm just going to explain it like that. So, the Pink Berets are going after him. Then we got this sort of subplot where this chick, I think his name is Carlos, who turns out to be the villain-ish in this. They don't really explain that much. Although, Although EB's dad is voiced by Hugh Laurie, but I didn't recognize Hugh Laurie's voice. I'm like, yeah, I did not know that. So, it's really, really fun. James Marsden is good in the lead. I think he's really good as a lead, so there's some really good montage. There's a bunch of these, I thought they were pit bulls, but they're more Doberman pinchers. So would be a scene where EB's riding a Doberman pinscher like he's a horse. And one scene where he's trying to run with the Easter basket, so he trains in this montage. So there's some good moments, like basically, like I said, the CG sometimes works and the CG doesn't work all the time. The CG works when it's the like the EB and his father and the chicks. That works. When EB's interacting with the human characters, it looks a bit off. That's how I'm going to explain. So that's my really only downside. So I like when the chick is like, I don't want to, that's not really giving away the film, but he gets the pink berets by dousing them in chocolate, turn them into chocolate bunnies, which I thought was clever, but also kind of creepy. There are some, like I said, really, really good moments. David Hasselhoff plays a guy named the Hoff, but he goes by David Hasselhoff. So he's like, he has this sort of, he's basically Simon Cowell in this film. He plays sort of the Simon Cowell, sort of American Idol called America's Got Hoff, I think it is, something like that. So, like, he's like, you don't like it? Do I not like it? I don't like it. I love it! A talking bunny? I was friends with a talking car. I'm like, that's a Knight Rider reference. I'm like, yes! So, again, Universal does these Universal jokes. Although the Universal variant's kind of cool. It's shaped like an Easter egg. I thought was really cool. The Minion, the scene, the Illumination Entertainment where the one Minion, I think Minion Bob, is like has bunny ears, and he's like with a bunny tail, and he throws the jelly beans at Kevin. Yeah, I think either Stuart or Kevin, one of the Minions. So that's kind of cool, but that's more of just logos. I'm not talking much logos, I'm talking about the film. Overall, I'm trying to think if there's anything else I can say about this film that I mentioned, but it's solid enough to say, yeah, I liked it. So, what can I say that I'm trying to think? I think that's about it. I guess they wanted to do a Christmas movie, but they crossed between a Christmas movie and an Easter movie. So I think that's what they were trying to do with the film, and it works. It works. It works as a film, and I think it's just really good. Would I put this in the top 10 movies I watched for this year? Probably not. Maybe it might be on the list. I'm not 100% sure. Although if I did an honorable mentions list, this would be in the honorable mentions list. But ultimately, I'm really happy I watched it. And it's one I'll probably watch another Easter if I really did. But I don't think I'm going to re-review this next Easter. In fact, I got another Easter movie. Maybe I might watch it tomorrow. Maybe I might watch it tomorrow. I might watch it maybe next year. We'll see. But I liked it for what it was. I think, like I said, another thing. Russell Brand appears in the movie as well as himself. Well, he plays a promoter, but he plays a promoter, which is weird because he's Russell Brand talking to Russell Brand voicing a rabbit. It's kind of cool though. So there's not much pop songs. Some songs are actually pretty good. Like they use song "I Want Candy" when they're at his little sister's pageant. It's like they enjoyed it, so he makes the rabbit like a ventriloquist. It's pretty good. But then the sister gets so mad when he kicks him in the leg, which I thought was funny. Yeah, there were some funny moments. I did like the pink berets in it, but like I said again, I wanted to talk about the mini movie, and I didn't like this mini movie. There's only one mini movie, and I thought it was just completely boring. It's just the main baddie-ish was talking like that. I'm like at 2 bars right now, so I'm probably going to stop right there. And now let's get to the final verdict. The final verdict is So, final verdict, should you see Hop? If you find it for a couple bucks, definitely pick it up. If you have a video store or Redbox or any rental store that has it, give it a rent. If you see it on Amazon View for a couple bucks, definitely give it a rent. I actually got this at a library book sale, but that's a years back. So I actually got this for nothing because my mom got this when she worked at the library. She snagged it for me. Said, "Here's a Blu-ray for you." Like, "Oh, cool, thanks." So I'll give it a watch. And I had this movie for a while in the collection. I just couldn't get around to watch it. So yeah, I would say check out Hop. Definitely, Hop isn't Illumination's best, but their best would always be Despicable Me and the Minion movies. I think the problem I had was I was so used to watching their CGI stuff, more than trying to blend both the real world with the CG characters. And I thought it kind of worked and kind of didn't. So I guess I'll go ahead and show you the cover art. I like this artwork. It's not as good as the poster art. But this is a Blu-ray DVD combo, no digital. But I would assume the digital probably expired. So not really much. Kind of wish we had some disc art. I'll go for the special features. So we got the mini movie, like I said, which I'm just going to say sucked, but that's all I'm going to say. The World of Hop, which is a bunch of mini featurettes. Didn't watch them all. All Access Cody Simpson. We also have Emotion, the Dance of Ken Durundo, Russell Brand, Kid Cracks Up, and Carlos on Carlos. Yeah, the Hop premiere, according to Carlos, games, and more. So you're not really getting much out of it, though, but I'll only say, yeah, I can probably recommend this. I'm sure kids are going to like this, and would I call this a family movie? Yeah, I call it a family movie. I did like the message at the end, and I thought some of the action was really good. But I will say this, the ending wasn't as good as the other Illumination Entertainments. There wasn't really a villain in this, unless you count Carlos, who was more of just a bad guy-ish, but there wasn't really a payoff at the end of the film. It was just there. The post-credit scenes kind of sucked. I was like, yeah, not really worth checking out. Oh, we're getting post-credits. And like, no, it's the scene at the beginning where he delivers eggs to China and the Chinese woman shoots the shoos the rabbit off with the broom. But that's it. I'm just rambling. Yeah, check out Hop. Like I said, it came close to make my top list. Had it like, oh, this is a great movie. It would easily get on my list in my top 10. But as it stands, it'll probably get an honorable mentions, and that's probably what I'm going to put as, if I do a whole list. But that's at the end of the year, and we're not near the end of the year. So, go check out Hop. Thank you once again for watching this. If you like what I said, and if you like my channel, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. Click the bell to get notified. And I'm just going to say right now, thank you guys so much. Hope you have a good Easter. Happy Easter. Hopefully you ate some good ham or whatever you celebrate, whatever you eat while you eat ham, burgers, chicken, whatever. Hope you have a good Easter. I'll see you guys back with the next review. So, like I said, I was going to review a video game movie, but we'll get back to that very soon. So, until then, take care, guys. Have a good Easter, and I'll catch you in the next video. Bye.